Earlier this week, Bradford Raths spoke with Tasha Hays about congenital diaphragmatic hernia. Let's learn more about CDH in this story.
In a story we first brought you last week, the Huntingburg City Council approved a proclamation for CDH Awareness Day, and joining us this evening is a woman who's been directly involved in research for CDH and trying to get the message out. So we welcome Tasha Hays to our program.
Hello.
So you have the proclamation with you. Just kind of talk about it a little bit. I know it's been about a week for some of us who...
Well, I contacted Mayor Spinner and I asked him to make April 19th a day of congenital diaphragmatic hernia awareness. He got back with me very quickly because his distant family, he has some congenital diaphragmatic hernia survivor in his family. So we set up a day and they were there and he signed the proclamation for me. And we're just going to raise awareness on that day. I'm going to pass out flyers and...
You'll be doing this in Huntingburg, or where is this
I'll be
going?
doing it in Huntingburg. Indiana also proclaimed that the April 19th is the day of awareness for CDH. So it's also like a nationwide thing. We're just trying to get it out there so people know.
So was it pretty easy talking with the mayor about it then, judging by he had his...
He made me feel really comfortable when it was a direct hit for him too. So he was very open about it and wanted it to happen as soon as possible.
Okay, moving now into what CDH is, and you obviously had the experience of your own, but talk about a little bit what CDH is and what was your reaction when you first found out about it? Or
I was in initial shock. It was 2 days before Christmas, and I wasn't expecting that. You don't expect the worst when you're pregnant. You expect to go in the 20 week and find out if it's a boy or a girl and if it has a 4-chambered heart, not that there's a hole in the diaphragm allowing the abdominal organs into the chest cavity.
Why do you think this disease hasn't been, or
birth defect.
Birth defect, thank you. Why do you think this hasn't been covered as much? You said it's as common as cystic fibrosis and things like that.
Yeah, spina bifida. Well, when most people hear the word hernia, they really don't expect something like that. One in every 2,500 babies are diagnosed, and half of them die. That's 1,600 a year. Since 2000, 500,000 have died. People just, when they hear hernia, they're thinking it's something that can be fixed, but this is a hole that allows all of this to go up in there, and the heart and the lungs just don't develop right. When the babies come out, they either have to fight on ECMO, which is a machine that pumps the blood and cleans the blood for them, or they have to have surgeries, and it's a long, long process.
So after this happened, tell us more about what you did to learn more about CDH.
I went to savethecherubs.org. I found it on Google, and I signed up for a newsletter, and they sent me a welcome baby kit with everything you would need for a hospital stay, and it just really touched my heart. And so since that day, I've been trying to raise as much awareness as I can. Cherubs was founded by Dawn Williamson. Her son Shane died from CDH after fighting for a very long time. He was a very, very sick boy.
So have you met other people who have dealt with the same thing?
Oh yeah, I've met a big group of friends. I found out there was a lady who had her baby 5 days after Luna in the same hospital, and he also died after being on ECMO. And I've met a few others, just all around the country. It's everywhere.
What's the biggest thing that you've learned?
CDH can affect millions of people. It's affected more people than earthquakes, floods, and tornadoes combined.
And then lightning strikes as well.
Yeah, lightning strikes as well.
So, not real. It's more common than people may think.
Yeah, it's way more common, and it's not getting enough awareness that it needs. We don't have enough money to fund the awareness for research. There's no known cause for CDH. No one knows why it occurs.
So where can people go now to get involved?
SaveTheCherubs.org, or just Google Cherubs CDH on Google. You'll pull it up. And you can find out lots of information and ways to donate and ways to share and volunteer and just lots of things to save the babies.
And so like you said earlier, though, people won't be alone when they go into this. There are plenty of other people who have been through this.
Yes, there's a forum. There's a forum, and it has lots of different parents with all different types of CDH and survivors and grieving parents. and it's a wonderful thing. I don't know where I would be without cherubs today.
So they made you feel like family.
Yeah, they even made me a little,
There you go.
yeah, for Luna.
Absolutely. Tasha, we thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Bradford.
Weather, sports, and in form still to come on 18 WJTS News. Please stay tuned.